Oh my God, guys, look! I am so happy to be being given this opportunity to talk to the girl that you've all been raving about
Oh, stop.
because
You're
of
making me
her
blush.
beauty and kuda. You know what kuda means?
What does it mean?
Chat.
Oh, thank you.
Chatter. So,
Thank you.
she's one of the girls who's really making Miss Universe Philippines so exciting this year. I'm so, so happy that I'm being given a chance to talk to her after their sashing ceremony. So here she is. Meet the ravishing Miss Universe Philippines Northern California 2024, Kayla Jean Carter!
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to interview. It really means a lot.
Alam mo, do you understand Filipino?
So that's a question a lot of people have been asking me. So I understand some Tagalog and Bisaya, but I'm not fully confident and comfortable yet to speak it in public. That's something that I'm working on. But I think there's always an opportunity to evolutionize your former self, and there's always room to grow, and there's always room to learn. I understand that some people may not like me because of that, but you know what? That's okay. Not everyone is gonna like me. It's inevitable. But I think my strength and my power really comes from not letting that noise get to me. At the end of the day, I am proud to be Pinoy. I know myself, and I'm just grateful for this opportunity to be here. So
It's okay. It's okay. I mean,
learning process. I
yeah.
will get there. Mark my words.
Let's take it slow,
Take it slow. One day at a time.
one step at a time.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
kanina, a while ago, as I was saying earlier, when I was doing the live coverage of your sashing ceremony, everyone was just raving about your beauty. You was just can't get enough of your mind-blowing beauty. Like, she looks like Maureen Montaigne. You know her. She looks like, for me naman, you look like Kelsey Mary. The closest thing we could get Kelsey to join MUP.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
So how do you feel about all these good feedback about you?
It's funny. I'm still working on how I can better receive compliments because I tend to get really shy. But I mean, I love it. I really feel the love and support from all of my fans. I cannot thank you guys enough for all of the sweet comments because, of course, there are some negative, but I think the positive always outweighs. So every comment that you leave, every DM and message that you send me, I promise I appreciate it with all of my heart. So
I'm
thank you
so
much.
Excited to do this interview because prior to coming here, I've been hearing a lot of good things. And you have to watch out for this certain Kayla girl. She's really beautiful. Even we go to the same gym. The coaches there that would tell me, "Oh, she looks beautiful."
Oh, really? They say that about me? Oh my gosh.
So, sorry, I can't relate. Like, I haven't seen her in person, but now I know. I'm seeing her in person.
Oh,
she really
stop.
looks beautiful.
You're so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So, you're representing Northern California.
Yes.
So, can you share us your backstory? So, I assume you were born and raised in the States?
Yes, so I was actually born and raised in the Philippines. And so growing up watching MUPH and Miss Universe with my family, I never thought that it would be possible for me to have an opportunity like this. It wasn't until last year that they decided to allow overseas candidates to represent overseas provinces. And so that's kind of how the opportunity came my way. And it feels like a dream come true already that Jennifer Hammond, the California division president, saw something in me and really believed in me and thought that I had a story to tell and my voice needed to be heard on through this platform and through this organization. So that's why I'm here today, and I'm really proud and excited.
So what's your story to tell?
Oh my gosh, it's a long one, but to keep it short and simple, I feel like a lot of people have preconceived notions of me because I am a TV personality, I do social media, and I get a lot of comments on my outward appearance, but to be truthful, growing up, I was so insecure, I was painfully shy, and it was due to, the bullying that I received when I was younger. I used to get body shamed relentlessly for being too skinny, which was something out of my control. And I was also bullied a lot for being half Asian because I grew up in a predominantly white community in Florida before I moved to California. So I feel like when you're growing up in your developmental years, that kind of stuff can really affect you. And so I didn't really dream when I was younger. Like, I never dreamed of being a beauty queen. I never dreamed of being on TV. I never dreamed of modeling. Like, all those dreams just seemed like distant stars because I never thought it would be possible for me. But, when I entered college and I was in a new environment, I told myself, I really want to work on my self-confidence. I really want to start fresh. And, it started working. I started putting myself out there. I started modeling locally and I was gaining some traction. But what really changed my life, the moment that changed my life, is that in 2020, I was unfortunately hospitalized and diagnosed with something called von Willebrand's disease, which is a really rare blood disorder. And due to life-threatening complications, I almost lost my life. And it was during those moments where I was in the hospital bed. It was also peak COVID during the time, so no one could visit me. And it was while I was in the hospital during those moments of the pain, fear, and trauma, almost losing my life, that I had this realization that life is really too fleeting, to not pursue your dreams relentlessly and to listen to all the naysayers and things like that. So, I really had a life-changing moment at that point, and from then on I decided that no dream is too big for me to not pursue. When I'm old one day, I would rather look back at my life and have the satisfaction of knowing that I tried versus, always wondering what if. So that's when I really pushed myself out there. I worked really hard, and I've since carved a successful path for myself in TV entertainment and social media. And, the reason why I'm doing this now, part of the reason, is because I worked so much on my self-confidence in my 20s. That is the only way I have the bravery to, stand in front of you today as hopefully your future Miss Universe Philippines. So, yeah, that's a little bit of my story, a little bit about me. Obviously, there are more layers and things like that. That's a shorter version.
Wow, what a story you have right there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kasi, especially now, I don't know if you're following pageants really hardcore, whether here or abroad, but
Yeah.
we're looking for a relatable girl in pageantry right now.
Right.
And thank you for sharing all those things. Kasi it demystifies our notion that you're one alta or hard to reach girl because probably of your accent, because of your upbringing abroad. But I'm
Right.
glad that you are very well aware of what people are, might probably think about you because of, because of your upbringing, of what you have done in terms of your career in the States.
And I'm really aware of that. And, I think the reason why I admire Miss Universe and Miss Universe Philippines so much is because it's so much more than outer beauty, right? I mean, it's a chance for these brilliant women to really come together and to share their story and to show their authentic side and to hopefully inspire others through, their life experiences and to let other people know that you're not alone. And as an MUPH delegate, I feel like that's my mission, is to inspire, to let the youth know that, whatever you're going through, we're all human. I'm human, you're human, and, we'll get through this. Every dark day, there's always a brighter tomorrow,
So, how has been the transition like from your career in the modeling industry to now pursuing a career in pageantry here in the Philippines?
I mean, some people may think that it's really different, but I feel like, my work in modeling and TV actually gives me, I wouldn't really say an advantage, but, I am a rookie in this competition. So I feel like, my knowledge and skills when it comes to that realm can really help me in this competition as well. So I wouldn't say it's been too hard of a transition. I try not to think of it that way. Every opportunity that comes along that really sparks something inside of me, I always try to listen to my intuition and follow it. And that's what I felt about, this opportunity with MUPH. So.
And with this opportunity that you have right now, what are you hoping to achieve?
Of course the crown would be nice, but regardless of the outcome, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm soaking up every minute of this and I'm having such an amazing time so far. So my goal really is to just enjoy, to embrace this moment, because again, like I said before, this is not a position that I ever thought I would be able to be in. Just very, very thankful, very grateful, very proud that I get to represent the Filipino community of Northern California. And I think that's my biggest goal, is just to have fun and have a good time.
Great mindset.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
would that apply to how you will be conducting yourself especially on social media? Because let's face it, you're attracting so much attention, and whether good or bad, people will have a say. something about you.
Exactly. Yeah, my goal is to really try to be more open. I'm usually a very private person, which is why a lot of you might not know about, my diagnosis and some of, my life experiences and my stories, because the internet can be brutal sometimes, and sometimes it's scary to really put yourself out there in that kind of way. But that's also why I wanted to do this as well. It's a small part of the reason that I want to show more people, a more authentic and genuine side of me, because we're all multifaceted individuals. We all have our own backgrounds, we all have our own layers, and so I feel like this is my opportunity to really push myself again, to come more out of my shell, and just share more about me to hopefully inspire others through my story.
She seems to have a good head over her shoulders.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's probably your upbringing, but you seem to be knowing what you're signing up for.
I think, I think again it comes from, yes, how I was raised. I mean, I was raised by a big, warm, loving Filipino family who really instilled the values of hard work, resilience, all of that. But I was also, in the same token, raised by a very kind and inspiring American father who has always pushed me to chase for my dreams. That, alongside my life experiences and, the bullying that I went through, although as sad as it was, I feel like it has really taught me what it feels like to be on the receiving end of mean behavior. And so now I'm very conscious of that. And my motto is, you're only as beautiful as you are kind. And so every action and decision that I make, I always try to put kindness and grace first, because you never know what someone is going through at the end of the day. You never know what someone is going through behind closed doors. So I think that's really important to remember. Yeah.
So you'll be okay with a comparison and bashing and everything that people will have to say about you, once the pageant kicks off today. So.
I'm already anticipating that, but you know what? That's okay, because I've been through too many storms to be bothered by raindrops. I love that saying, and it really is true, because as I said before, I feel like my power and strength really comes from not letting that noise get to me. I know not everyone's gonna like me, and that's okay at the end of the day. I still have my supporters, I still have my friends and my family and my fans who know the authentic me and give me that unwavering support that gives me the strength to really do this. So that's enough for me at the end of the day.
As early as now, you're really garnering a lot of attention among pageant fans.
Thank you.
And so how would you feel when they when they watch this interview and they might say, okay, she doesn't speak. I mean, she looks good on everything. She ticks on all the boxes of what Miss Universe is looking for, except that she doesn't speak Filipino. Do you think they might take it against you for not being like that?
I am anticipating that, and at the end of the day, there's nothing really I can do about that, right? Some people are always going to have their opinions on whether I'm this enough, whether I'm that enough, whether I'm Filipina enough, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, I know myself. I know how proud I am to be Pinoy. Myself, my brother, and my dad are actually the only ones with Caucasian blood in my family. I have a big Filipino family of over 100 members, and I was raised by them. So the Filipino values I have been instilled with me since I was very young, and that's what I carry with me every single day. And at the end of the day, all I can do is try to improve, and not everyone's gonna like me, so it's okay. That's
What's one Filipino value that you really, really like about our culture?
Oh my gosh, it's hard to pick a favorite, right? I think how warm and loving Filipinos are. My family, really has that aspect. And my dad, actually, he has, he comes from very humble beginnings. He was actually in foster care, and he didn't have much of a family growing up. So when he married my mom and he was kind of adopted into my big, huge Filipino family, that's, one of the things that he always mentions is about how warm and loving we are and how grateful he is to have been adopted into such, an amazing, incredible group of people. On the same token, I know this is the second one, I think hard work and resilience is a value that I really carry with me today. I really, really admire, all of the hard work my mom put in. She was one of 11 siblings, and she was actually the first one to immigrate to the U.S. at the age of 23 from Talisay, Cebu. And it was because at the time the US needed overseas nurses. So I think the courage to really do that. Also, you know, she was sending most of her paychecks back home to her siblings and my Lola. I think the courage to really do that for your family is something really inspiring. And, you know, she had her own obstacles that she had to work through. And, you know, her story is really inspiring to me. And that's also where I kind of get my passion for youth empowerment and education from, because, you know, she didn't have the easiest time growing up either. You know, it's hard sometimes being able to stay in school. But because of her resilience and her determination, she did that. She's a successful nurse now. And yeah, so those are some values. I know I was supposed to do one. I kind of went overboard and did a few. But...
And for sure you would like to emulate what your mom has done.
Oh, of course. Of course. And, you know, I feel extremely privileged, you know, growing up in an area where free education was always accessible to me. But because of that, I feel like I want to take this opportunity to shed light that that's not the case everywhere in the world. And that is something that really needs to be addressed. And it's also something that my family is very passionate about. You know, as multifaceted individuals, we all have so many causes that are close to our heart, right? Like I have so many causes that I care about. But my reasoning for picking youth empowerment and education as my advocacy comes from, you know, my mom's story, but then also the fact that my family in Talisay owns a nonprofit library called the Gaini Nate Manli Brohan, which is a nonprofit library, but also a learning center for underprivileged kids in Danke. And, you know, going there, seeing firsthand the brilliance of these kids and how eager they are to learn, you know, they really deserve an environment where their dreams can flourish and really grow and thrive. And the same token, I've also witnessed firsthand, you know, the challenges that they face, you know, not having easy access to school, whether it be due to poverty or a lack of support at home. So that's what I really want to shed light on through my MUPH journey.
Oh my gosh, and I can't wait to see all of it.
Thank you.
On your socials. Oh my God.
Thank
oh my God, I don't know. You know, we're so impressed. As early as now, we're so impressed with what we are seeing with you right now. You're not just beautiful, but you're also well spoken. You're making it easier. You're making it easier for vloggers like me to interview you. You seem to check out all the things that I want to ask you in just one question. So wow, that's a gift.
Thank you so much. You know, it came from a lot of work on my self-confidence, like I said before.
Wow, I wanna hire your coach, whoever trained you.
My
for
dad
this.
helped a lot. But you know what? You know, to bring up Raven, who is representing
Miss
Palawan. You know, I really admire her because she's only 18, and I just think of myself when I was 18, and so many times when I watch her speak and be so confident, I really admire that, because I'm like, oh my gosh, when I was 18, I was so insecure, I was so shy. There's no way I would be able to do anything like this at that age. You know, I'm 27 now. I've developed my self-confidence and my communication skills. But yeah, shout out to her for having the courage to do something like this. Yeah.
She is also a gem in her own right.
She's amazing, and she's so kind. So kind. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we can't wait.
Thank
for
you.
everything that you'll be showing us
Thank
come
you.
MUP. And as much as I want to, you know, chat with you for a longer period of time, you know, I can't, because you seem to be a very, very gregarious person. I want to get to know you more. And, you know, you're so easy to talk to. You're so relatable on that aspect. And I want you to show that, to keep showing that for the rest of your journey here in MUP. So as early as now, can you give a message to all your followers who are starting to who seem to be growing by the day, leading up to the competition proper?
I mean, oh my gosh, words can never express how thankful I am, right? And you know, we all have days where we don't feel our best, or sometimes we can feel a little bit discouraged. And I have a lot of those days as well. But I'm telling you, whenever I get on my Instagram and I see the DMs and I see the comments and I see the support, it really does turn my day around. And I just want to say thank you so much for that. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for seeing something in me, and thank you for listening to my story. I really am looking forward to sharing much more of it. So yeah, thank you so much.
Last question. What do you think, as early as now, you're that phenomenal Filipina that the organization is looking for?
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many things, determination, resilience, but then also a kind heart. I think that's one of the biggest aspects people are looking for in a Miss Universe Philippines. Someone who's relatable, someone who's actually genuine, and someone who's kind, and the beauty queen that I look up to the most, and I feel like this is the most popular answer, is Pia Wurtzbach, because I feel like she really embodies all of those qualities. I mean, I think her journey and her story itself is so inspiring because she had a lot of, naysayers and people who commented negatively about her. But, she didn't let that noise get to her. She kept focusing on her goal. She joined pageants time and time again, and it eventually paid off. And I only hope to embody those same qualities and traits. And I think that's the most important thing. Relatability, and kindness. I think that's the most we can hope for in a Miss Universe Philippines, on top of the determination, the communication skills, the advocacy. But yeah.
And I'm pretty confident that you'll be able to do that because you're in the right hands. Aces and Queens, the same training ground
Yes,
Tia
I am
had
so
for
thankful.
Miss Universe.
I am so thankful for Aces and Queens. All of the classes have been amazing so far, and coming here, my family is in Cebu, so I didn't really know anyone in the Manila area coming here, so it was a bit intimidating. But from the second I walked into this training camp, I just felt so welcomed, and they're really my home away from home. And all of the coaches here are just so incredible and knowledgeable, and I feel like I'm really learning a lot. So.
And for sure, there will be a lot of those things that you'll be learning for the pageant career. So not just in pageantry, but to be applied in life as well. So thank you so much, Kayla. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my gosh. You're starting to become a favorite of mine. My God, you just came out of nowhere and just sprung a surprise on all of us. Pageant media and followers.
Yeah.
Shuni is very good.
Well, I'm glad. I hope that, through interviews like this and the press conferences and stuff, that people get to see more about me. Because I feel like sometimes there's preconceived notions from people who haven't heard me speak or don't know my personality. So thank you for the opportunity for the interview. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Me too. Thank you talaga for the opportunity. And thank you talaga for putting up with all my questions. It's really my goal to really get to know you, for a lot of my followers to really get to know you more leading up to the pageant, beyond the, ravishing.
Yeah, beyond the glitz and glam.
So,
yeah.
I keep saying one last question, but something popped up.
Sure.
As my one last question,
yes.
what makes you too hot to handle in Miss Universe Philippines
gosh,
right
whenever
now?
I get this question, I think it's so funny. To be honest, I think right now my answer is my glam team. I mean, Sir Brian did my hair, and it looks phenomenal right now. And my Ate Shella is my makeup artist. She always does my makeup. And I feel really confident. I feel really beautiful today. I feel too hot to handle, and it's all thanks to them. So, and of course, my Filipina blood,
Yes.
My Cebuana roots.
Everyone from Talisay.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go, guys. I hope you had fun tuning in and getting to know Miss Kayla in the process. I hope you follow her journey for the upcoming pageant. Where can they follow you?
You can follow me at KaylaJean.official on Instagram, TikTok, and at MUPH.
What's that?
It's a new social media platform, actually.
All
Check
right,
it out.
I'll check it out. All right. Take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you so much.
And good luck on the press presentation on Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Bye.